The Drake curse is dead. Over the years, the Canadian rapper has been known to associate himself with different athletes and teams just to see them falter. Whether it's Alabama football, Kentucky basketball, or even Conor McGregor, having Drake vouch for your greatness has not always worked out in the past. But as I said, the Drake curse is dead. Not only is Drake no longer associated with losing, he has become one of the most prolific and successful sports gamblers in the entire world. So how the hell did that happen? How has it become routine to see Drake drop hundreds of thousands of dollars on single bets? How did we get to the point where he's betting $1.26 million on the Super Bowl alone? Before we get to sports betting, we gotta talk about roulette. Drake loves roulette a lot. So much so that in 2020, he bought a roulette table watch worth over $600,000. He's even bought a courtside Raptors ticket just for his laptop so he could play while at the arena. He routinely does roulette live streams on Stake where he puts down real big boy money. For example, on one night in May 2022, he won almost $18 million in one spin just by betting on his lucky number 11. So clearly Drake isn't afraid of some large stakes gambling. We also know he's been betting on sports for a few years now. Back in 2016, he lost $60K to French Montana when the Cavs beat the Warriors in the finals. But it wasn't until 2022 that Drake started posting his betting slips that would even make some professional gamblers sweat. Let's start with the Super Bowl. Drake notoriously loves to hang out with athletes, and football is no exception. Drake and Odell Beckham Jr. are very, very good friends. OBJ was even in Drake's Laugh Now, Cry Later music video. So it should come as no surprise that the very first bet Drake put down on Super Bowl 56 was $393,000 on an anytime OBJ touchdown. He also put down an additional $393K on Odell's over 62.5 receiving yards and $471,000 on the Rams money line. That's a total of $1.26 million. Of course, the Rams won, OBJ scored the first touchdown of the game, and while he only finished with 52 receiving yards, Drake still took home $1.4 million in winnings. The Drake curse was officially broken. From then on, the media and Drake fans were hooked. Everyone wanted to see where Drake would throw his money down next. It wasn't all wins, however. In early March 2022 at UFC 272, Drake put $275,000 on Jorge Masvidal to beat Colby Covington in their welterweight bout. Covington won, and well, there went $275K. A few weeks later, he bet 100,000 Canadian, about 80K US, on Duke beating UNC in the Final Four. That one didn't go his way either. The end of April didn't go much better for Drake. He posted a 3-leg parlay bet slip on April 25th for $400,000. While Luka and the Mavs beat the Jazz in Game 5 of the first round, and the Blue Jays beat the Red Sox, his third leg had his buddy Kevin Durant and the Nets beating the Celtics in Game 4. Of course, the Celtics won that game, sweeping the Nets, and instead of taking home $2.2 million, Drake was out $400K. But Drake's string of bad luck was bound to end. And during the 2022 NFL Draft, Drake came back with a vengeance. On his Instagram, Drake posted a slip that showed he put $100,000 on USC's Drake London to be the first wide receiver selected. Did he feel like he was the best receiver in the draft? Or did he just like the name? Whatever his reasoning was, the Falcons selected London 8th overall and Drake got paid out $335,000. And he wasn't done there. When the 2022 NBA playoffs began, Drake put $200,000 on the Warriors making the NBA Finals. The payout, if he got it right, a cool, clean $1 million. And after the number 1 seed Phoenix Suns got eliminated in the second round, the Warriors were able to dispose of the Mavs in the conference finals, and Drake came out on top. Drake then went back to MMA, hoping he'd have better luck at UFC 274. He put down 550,000 Canadian, or about 427K US, in the hopes that Justin Gaethje would beat Charles Oliveira. But just like UFC 272, Drake didn't have the magic touch, and lost his bet. But Drake's luck would come back quick. In mid-May 2022, he posted a wager of over $308,000 on a 3-leg parlay that would net him $2.6 million. And this time it hit, after the Rangers, Mavs, and Flames all won their playoff games. So where does Drake go from here? According to some reports, he's placed over $1 billion in bets and roulette since joining Stake. We have no way of confirming that, but if true, all I can say is, damn. Drake's net worth is in the hundreds of millions and only growing larger, so we have to assume that his bets are going to get larger as well. Months from now, we may be looking at Super Bowl 57 and thinking back to his $1.26 million as chump change. The question remains, how far does Drake actually want to take this? He's already a paid ambassador for Stake, and fans do love to tail his bets. But will he join the ranks of the likes of Mattress Mac, Parlay Pats, and Book It with Trent in terms of sports betting influence? Right now, all we know for certain is the Drake curse is dead. Maybe. Thanks for watching this How the Hell episode of Drake's absurd rise to gambling influence. If you've tailed any of his bets in the past, let me know in the comments. If you're one of those fans that have hated his most recent albums, well then you've probably already turned off this video. Regardless, let me know in the comments what other stories you want to see. I'll see you next time.